What's happening, everyone? This is the Gentleman Bastard here. I'm going to do a quick tutorial just kind of showing you how I go about making bass machines, kind of like the ones that ill.gates uses. I learned this from one of his workshops, actually. So here we go. This is kind of my flow. This is what my template, well, I made a template, so every time I open up, it's basically ready to go. And this is basically it. Right now, I'm just keeping it simple. I've got 4 Native Instruments Massives loaded up. They all have different bass patches that sound like this. So let's select and unfreeze all these. So kind of, I mean, you're going to have to create 128 bass patches or, lead lines or pads or whatever the hell you want to do. But for this tutorial, it's going to be bass. So it's basically C1 for 8 bars. They're all the same. Well, that one was actually C2 because it sounds better there. But anyway, so the easiest way to do this is have an audio channel, and you're going to select all and freeze the tracks, but you don't want to flatten them because you'll have to reload all your VSTs every time you do that. If you freeze things and drag it to an audio channel, it will create an audio file. It'll render it out. So you option drag, and there we go. And I still have everything here, so I can go back and tweak it and do another version and so on for variation. So, which I've already done here. Bink, bink, bink. So I'm assuming you already know how to make 128s. I have a template that's set up for this exact reason. The selector is already mapped, so I just have to literally drag these down. Select all 4. And then right click, distribute ranges equally. So now, close this down. Got it. So there we go. We got our 4 basses. So then this over here is basically my template. I already have the sub loaded up because, why reinvent the wheel and have to load up a sub every single time? It's got a few sub patches on it. Let me select this bad boy. So anyway, you can see the different patches, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. So, and then as you can see over here, I've got an auto filter just kind of filtering out all the mids and highs for the most part. I got it set to mono. And then I have similar auto filters on the mid and top layer that are filtering out. And on the top I pitch it up an octave. On the mid bass, if you're going to be doing some resampling, you'd put all your plugins in here, and it will kind of trap it inside of these frequencies as well. And same for this; it'll only allow the highs to go through. So basically, I mean, it's from this point, it's super simple. You just take your whole 128, drag it over to the template, put one in the top layer, and you'll have this. And then you can just actually grab the same exact one and just hover over the mid bass, drop it in. You can have this. And then with all of them together, you got a little, oh, shoot, that's down a little low. So, I just kind of have a little bass pattern that I've been dicking around with lately. So to really utilize this, I mean, you can go balls deep and just, have all kinds of effects already loaded up that, common ones that you use all the time, so you don't have to go searching for them. But just to kind of get some quick sound variation, just going to map the selectors to the group, and then I'm going to go through and add a couple things. Turn on. We're going to do some frequency mods, so I'm going to get the type over and the volume over, and then we're going to do 3 and 4 for the high. I would usually go through and label these, but I'm too lazy. And then over here, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the mids. Do the type. It doesn't matter where you send them to for the first one. Oh, shit. And then map these down to 5. Just put the mids on the bottom and the highs on the top. Turn all this down. And then I guess another thing, what would be useful is do spread. See, spread to 7, and then go to the high layer and spread to 8. So now that that's all done, you can basically close this all down and start dicking around. So there's the two sounds together, the normal ones. And then, just by changing the top, we can have this sound. Changing the top, where you could keep the highs and get varying sounds. And then, if you add the frequency mods in, change the types. Spread them out a bit. And just like that, that's basically it. So I would save that, this is kind of a rush job. Just like that, you're getting all these slight variations. So yeah, that's basically how I go through it, and I've got, different things. I could just chuck in a Reese rack here. It's got a ton of macros on it. And so what you can do is just drag something completely different into that top layer. And then you'll have, complete different variation. And then you can adjust the volumes here of everything. Another cool thing to do is you can kind of do like a pseudo wave scanner. So if you go into your instruments, get a simpler, just take one of these patches that we've already rendered out, warp marker, stretch that bitch out, and then unclip it, and it'll stretch the whole thing out. So let's drag this over, have it be 8 bars. Change this to texture, bring the flux down to 0, and bring the grain size down to, you know, about 24 is good. 26 sounds good. So now what you could do is drag this over to simpler, set loop on, set snap on, you know, medium fade, loop length down. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's why it looks so weird, because it's a huge file. So then you can have kind of scan through and have all these different oscillators. Another cool thing is, you know, what I was actually just kind of dicking around with this is I just put an envelope on some of my favorite oscillators in massive, and then just did a just rendered out the audio of that. So I basically have the filter, not the filter, the envelope, unfreeze. Just, you know, just put an envelope on this bad boy, you know, and then just have it go slowly across as I play it. And then record that, and then, you know, I can just not even open up massive to create, you know, patches that I really like. So if you group this and then put the macro on the start, you can just duplicate this, unmap this one, map it to something else. So, you know, you got your first layer, which is not selected, sorry. And you can go through, find your second. And feed them, you know, in, and I mean, just like that, you know, there's your layered bass. Another cool thing that you can do if you have Max for Live is, I'm looking for audio effects. Is add the modulator. This thing's badass. I think this comes standard, and I think it's improved with Live 9, which I'm really fucking excited about. And the envelope follower in 9 is going to actually be probably my most used thing, because I like to sing in my filter sweeps. But I haven't been able to do that yet. Anyway, so, you know, you can just click on this map button, click on that, boom. So this bad boy is now mapped. So if I get it playing, let's stop all this, it doesn't play. Get it smooth. You can kind of make kind of like a pseudo sweep, kind of like you can do in massive. Have it scroll through the oscillators, and then, you know, blah blah blah. Can have just give you more movement. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling on here, getting sidetracked in my own little deal. Hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions, either hit me up on YouTube or on the Glitch Hop forum at Gentleman Bastard, and I will do my best to answer them. All right, cool. Enjoy.